What's up, guys? Welcome back to Funcast, episode 5. Today, our special guest is Sean from Thermohelix.
Hey,
Man, I'd say you're the king of the DIY incinerators, my guy.
yep, it's been
Um,
turned to a hobby into a whole thing.
Dude, it's awesome, man. I love how you add so much creativity to your work. It's like functional art.
Yeah, exactly. That's pretty much where I kind of the vision is. I just I'm not like I'm a high school dropout. Never went to college. Don't have any formal training with anything like that. Used to be in construction, but this was just kind of like a Bob Ross moment. Happy little accident.
Man, I didn't graduate college either. Barely graduated high school. But I feel like it's the work you put in, right? I
Yep.
mean, doesn't necessarily you don't necessarily have to have an education uh in like a degree wise for some things. I'd want my doctor to have a degree.
Right.
But you know.
I'd hope they have a degree. Sometimes that's questionable.
I guess there's there's smarts in all different ways and
Yep.
kinds, you could say. Dude, I got my double destroyer right here, man. The mullet double destroyer.
The double mullet destroyer.
Double mullet destroyer. Sorry.
Hell yeah.
This thing was inspired off of Basidium Equilibriums. When I
Yep.
saw his, I was like, oh my god, I want one.
Yep. I
The
think we
foot
were
pedal
still
guys.
trying to lock down the
Awesome.
name when you got yours. But Bass said something about double star destroyer, and we kind of just stuck with that. I think on my menu I posted as the double helix, because thermohelix, double helix kind of flows, but everyone
I
still calls
like
it the
it.
double destroyer.
Dude, it's awesome, man. I feel like these are like all around the, community, arguably the world. Do you do international sales?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that
What?
was
That's sick.
Yeah, that's kind of the highlight. Like I remember getting my first one to Canada, and then I think I think the first one across the water was actually in Amsterdam, in the Netherlands. And
Really? That's pretty
yeah,
cool, man.
yeah, that blew my mind. And then so I think one of the last places I finally landed was been a lot in Australia and New Zealand over this past year, and then I think went up to Finland. But yeah, and then sent Agar Boy and oh fuck, I forget his name, but they and Lab Rat Flow Hoods, they helped me get some units
Okay.
out to fucking what's her name in Uganda, Josephine.
Oh, Josephine, yeah.
Yeah, that's wild. I never thought that ever be a thing.
Dude,
I mean,
she's
any of
been
this.
really excelling in her mycology work. My myco mentor has
Yes.
really, I feel like that changed that lady's life and all of the children she takes care of as well.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Dude's really cool, man. I got to meet him at Oklahoma Fungi Festival
Nice.
for the first time. It was cool finally putting the face to face and getting the handshake.
That's
He's
awesome. Yeah, he's a really good dude.
Yeah, James is a great guy.
Yeah, actually his he started a Reddit page a long time ago, I think, called Myco Bazaar, if I'm correct.
He did, yeah. I think
And
that's. I used to sell substrate on those pages.
oh
That page,
nice.
specifically.
Nice. Yeah, I was always kind of like, I mean, even on Instagram, I was more like the quiet kid in the back of the class, just kind of taking notes and just kind of figuring stuff out, because it's not like Facebook where you have to be vetted into the group. We had to do all our own stuff, so you had to get to know people to be able
Yeah,
to
for sure.
follow them. But on Myco Bazaar is actually where I saw the first induction coil from some dude named
That's cool.
Towley or something like that. And then he didn't have a link or anything like that. He just said you could find the parts on Amazon. And so I just, Googled it and then found the induction coil and the little circuit board, and
Yeah.
then soldered that together. And I was like, holy shit, it works. And his title was like
Boy.
broke man's back disintegrator. And I looked at the price of those things, and at the time, like even like a used one was like 300-400 bucks, $500 for a
Yeah,
new
dude.
one.
When I was looking for them, it was like up to like $900 for the
God damn,
incinerator. I was like, whoo, sheesh, sheesh.
that's crazy.
Yeah. Um. So when you were like, got a DIY incinerator, posted a video, red hot blade, I was like, take
Yep.
my money.
Yeah. When did were you following me on my old SKL page?
Yeah, I
Yep.
was.
Yeah.
Or
So
I do. I don't know. Is that like, did you deactivate that page? Or was
I'm
that,
I'm
did
just
you,
not
was that transitioned into
I'm just
Thermohelix?
not active on that page anymore. That page was never supposed to be anything public.
Uh,
And so kind of once I started getting a following on there, and then Micropose actually helped me create the name Thermohelix. He just said, I think he mentioned something about thermo, because we were actually going to partner up and we were going to sell them on his website.
yeah.
And he's like, we can't call you SKL 666, like that's just not going to fly with, some of the
True.
other, and it's
Yeah.
just, I'm not like necessarily a devil worshiper, but like just the thought behind stuff. I like metal. I like, demonic shit looks badass. But it's kind of like a do what you want kind of mentality. I mean, everything's legal till you get caught. I mean, that's kind of. But
No way, dude. Some things are definitely illegal for sure.
yeah, oh yeah, But but anyway, once I got people follow me on there, I just decided to make a helix page and just have it
Yeah.
open where I don't have to go through friend requests and see, who's a real person or not. If I get followers, I get followers. If not, and leave the other
Yeah,
one private.
dude. Where did the helix part come from? So you said the thermo part, uh, was it
So
used,
yeah, that was micropose, and then I just
thermo
Googled
helix?
just
Nice, man.
other words for coil,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm.
and then helix was a cool one. Um,
Are
but
you
yeah,
planning on going to any mycology events this upcoming year?
yeah, I'm gonna go to the Entheogen Expo. I missed the one last year. I
Dude,
was
I
super
just bought
bummed
my
about that.
tickets tonight.
Oh hell yeah, nice,
Let's send
sick,
it.
fuck yeah, yeah. Last time you and Bass hit me up, and I wasn't really paying attention. I didn't know that it was
Uh,
and he paying that much attention. I saw it was in California, but I never went to any of the Oakland High Fae events. I was honestly just kind of too paranoid to go to anything before. Um,
yeah, same, to be honest. I didn't go to events for a while.
yeah, I mean, a lot of people are a little more into the light after things have been decriminalized some, but I don't really grow that much anymore. If I do, it's like kind of like an annual thing.
Yeah.
So
But I
I'm
mean,
not
hey,
really
it's fair. You're still, contributing what you can to the community, right?
right. This is the only thing I really contribute is just just the induction heaters. Just building these little things. Pretty much is my hobby. I try to find, like, this is one of my first original ones that I ever made. I end up
Hmm.
giving it a little makeover and put like a foot switch capability in there, and then actually put some magnets on there so I can stick them to the side of my flow hood.
That's cool. That's a
But
cool
it's still
idea.
got the original induction coil in here, and then so this was the first fully functional one that I made, and that was probably back in October of 2020. Like October 17th is when Bodie Mountain posted like the video on how to make the button or how to wire the button, and
Okay.
I had no fucking clue. Like I tried to look at the schematics, and it was like alien language. Like I was like, what does that mean? All I knew was positive to positive and negative to negative, but the wires got like, you know, all different kinds of little things on it. You know, it's got the red, um, red and blue, green, yellow, and the black. And then so the yellow one is what really fucked me up, but that's useless. So you just take that one out of there. So that's one of the things I learned in that video and how to wire it properly. But from there, I was already obsessed with like trying to move forward, you know, because like the first one I made was just a bare bones coil and circuit board,
Yeah.
and it just seemed sketchy as hell because you know, I have a stainless steel table that I was working on, and I'm like, I'm gonna get zapped. And I think that was everyone's kind of idea. Um, you know, when they first see the coil, is that I mean, this one's a little black because it's like fucking 3 years old, and I honestly leave this one on when I'm working, even though you shouldn't. But I always recommend to turn them off. But um, I was looking into a sensor, and then found one that worked, and that was a really cool concept. But the problem with the sensor is it couldn't handle um a certain amount of like amps, you know. And then with like a scalpel blade, you're hitting about 6 amps when you put the scalpel in the coil. And
Hmm.
with like a agar punch, it pulls probably like anywhere from like 7 to 12 amps depending on how thick the metal is. So like the way it works is the more
Yo,
dense or thicker the object is, the more
I
power it
forgot
pulls.
to ask you. I'm sorry to interrupt you, man, but I
Yeah.
forgot to ask you the question that I was going to
Oh,
ask you in the beginning.
the
And
question.
that question was, what's your favorite kind of pastry?
Oh, fucking pastry. Do donuts count?
I'd say so, right?
Is that a pastry?
Why not?
Oh,
Let's go with
does,
top five.
does it have to be a dessert pastry?
I don't think so. I think paste is a pastry, right?
I mean, because I'm Greek, so one of my favorite non uh dessert pastries is called like a spanakopita, which is
Spani
like
copita.
something like that. Yeah, I mean, my grandma would probably be rolling in her grave right now if I'm saying it wrong, but um, but yeah, it's like a pastry. It's like that flaky crust, and then it's got like feta cheese and spinach, and it's fucking
Dude,
fire.
that sounds delicious.
Yeah, it's good. They got like little ones you could throw in the oven at the store, but they're nothing like if you go to the Greek festival. Those are hella good.
Little Greek festival, that would probably be bomb. Walk around, get some good food.
Oh yeah,
Ooh, dude.
yeah, yeah. I remember I used to.
Are you a full Greek?
No, no, I'm a mix, just like everyone else in America. But
Yeah,
yeah, no,
fair enough.
my grandma was full Greek, and then so that's on my dad's side, and then his dad was German and Irish, straight down the middle. And
Okay.
then on my mom's side, it's like a whole bunch of shit. You know, of course, a lot of Irish, Scottish, and then we supposedly have Native American in us. My grandpa was born and lived on a reservation in North Dakota, the Rosebud Reservation. It's like a Lakota Sioux, but
Okay. That's
um,
cool.
yeah, I haven't got any of the DNA stuff done, so I really don't, you know, really claim any of that.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
But that's, it's kind of fun little fact, a little something interesting to know.
yeah,
And so you mentioned metal. Is that what you're jamming out to in the lab?
yep. My playlist is pretty random. I mean, I like some of the random. As long as it's got like a good beat and it's kind of dark and the lyrics aren't annoying, I'm into it.
Who are what are some bands you've been listening to lately?
Um, I don't know. Kind of one of my all-time favorite ones that I always go back to is this band. they're from Europe somewhere called Stumb or Stomb. It's like STO, and the O has like the two little dots and then MB. I'm not sure
Okay.
exactly how to say that, but they're all instrumental and they play like really heavy kind of. I don't even know how you would what you would call it. But it's instrumental and it's heavy as shit. Kind of goes, if anyone knows who Meshuggah is, it goes
Yeah.
anything from like Meshuggah to Pink Floyd. So it's,
Interesting.
I mean, even in the same song, like I've taken many trips, you know, not just psychedelic ones, but road trips,
Yeah.
anytime I'm in the car, but it's good for just kind of like,
I went straight to road trips. I didn't even think about tripping.
well, it guided me through many trips. I could just say that right there for sure. And that was with one album in particular called The Gray. Had some pretty profound moments listening to that song or that album. That's pretty sick. And then for some pretty other heavy stuff, this band called Acacia Strain. They're super. And
Acacia
of course,
string. That sounds
Meshuggah.
aggressive.
Yeah, they are very aggressive.
I listened to like Attila back in the day. I used to
Oh
be in a
yeah,
swim team back in high school.
yeah. It's sick.
So I listened to like Attila, like Soda in the Water Cup.
Okay, I'm not
That's like
too
a
familiar
song.
with them, but I know they always like beef with people, right?
I don't even know. I just kind of listen to their music. I don't really get like, I don't know anything about the whole whatever's going on. I just kind of like hear the song. Most of the time, I don't even know what song I'm listening to because I just kind of like it on Spotify. So people
Yeah.
are like, "Do you like this song?" I'm like, "I don't think I've ever heard it." And I was like, "Oh shit, I've listened to that song like 13 times today."
Oh yeah. Yep. That's exactly how it is when you find something new. It's on repeat.
Yeah, dude. No, I'll repeat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, man, until I get
Yep.
sick and tired of it, and then I
Yep.
never listen to it again until like a year later.
Yeah, I gotta have the playlist sometimes, or like the mixes. Like I don't have Spotify, but on YouTube where it like curates a mix for you.
Yeah,
Um, I kind
those
of
are pretty
like
good.
hitting that instead because like I don't know what music stores you got out there, but there's a CD store out here called Rasputin, and every time I walk in there, I'm like, what do I even listen to? And I just fucking go blank, And I just gotta like walk around and like think about it. It's like, oh yeah, that band's sick. Okay, all right, and then try to find some album I never got before. I used to really like collecting CDs and tapes back in the day. I'm old enough to collect tapes.
Cassette tapes, my dude. You stick a
Yep,
pencil in,
yep,
gotta like spin it,
yep,
or do that with the old VHS tapes.
yeah.
You like accidentally
Bef-
pull it out. You're like, shit.
oh, dude, man, I've ruined so many tapes that way when all of a sudden it like starts spitting it out and gets caught in a thing.
Yeah, dude. You know,
Yep,
I broke my fair share as well. You had
yeah.
to
Back
like
then
had
it
to go
was
through the VHS tapes to learn the finesse. You know.
yeah. You remember back in the day when we would go rent tapes at like Blockbuster or whatever, you had to
Dude,
rewind it
Blockbuster,
first.
like movie gallery and shit, they wouldn't let kids like rent like I remember not being able to get like Terminator or something because I was like a child. I had to like ask my parent because I was 13.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Yeah, of course." What do you mean?
Yeah,
Like,
man,
dude,
Terminator 2. Terminator 2 was like one of my favorite movies when I was a kid. Do you remember the video game
yeah, that was the
on
game I
Sega?
was trying to rent.
Oh, no way, the video game?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, did you ever beat that game?
No, I feel like I never beat like any game, to be honest.
Oh, dude, that game was ridiculous. I mean, I feel like all those old games on Nintendo, like the original Zelda and then all the Sega games, I feel like they actually took
Mario 64.
yeah, I
Oh,
feel
dude.
like they actually took skills.
Yeah, for sure.
There's
The
there's
Genesis
no save.
games, dude, those games were so hard. Some of
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
And it's like 2D. How you gonna make that game that hard?
yeah,
How is that even possible?
yeah. And you remember how like on like all you could do is like walk across the screen, you know?
Yeah,
Like there was no
left
going
or right,
backwards.
or right
Yeah,
or left. There's like
yeah.
I love playing the old Kirby games on Super Nintendo.
Oh, yeah.
That was fun.
What
getting the
was that?
superpowers. Like,
I didn't really get into Kirby, but I remember this. Was it Super Smash Brothers where you could use Kirby and you
oh
could?
yeah, it was. There's like I think Super Smash Bros. Brawl, and
Yeah,
I don't know if you could use it in the. I think you could use Kirby in the Nintendo 64, the Brawl, and the ones for the Wii. I don't even know how many there are anymore. The
right.
Switch as well. Ooh, that game though, if you ever play, let me know. I'll drop the drop down on you with some Peach action.
Yeah, yeah. I don't have it. I don't have any really newer systems. I kind of quit playing video games for a long time. Have you ever heard of Skyrim?
Yes, that game's
Yeah,
fun.
I really like any of the open map games. Like I really love GTA style games, and
Oh yeah.
the Call of Duty DMZ recently. They're not putting any more into that game anymore, unfortunately. But I really like open map games like that. And that game, Skyrim, uh, man, you got to walk everywhere before you could fast travel, and then you got all the you find side quests, and then you have your main missions. And I beat the game once, right? So I started playing it again and was like doing it better that time. And then I just realized I had all this shit, real life quest and missions that I had to do. And so I couldn't play, I couldn't justify playing video games after that. I just like couldn't do it. I went and bought a fucking whiteboard and would write down like, what the shit I had to do every day or through the week, have my own
Dude,
quests and missions.
that's awesome though. Without video games, you wouldn't even done that.
True. It, yeah. Wasting my
Think
life
about
made
it
me
that
realize
way.
I was wasting my life.
No way, dude. Honestly, I didn't play video games for a while when I started like, getting serious with Feng Straight and doing all that stuff. But as of lately, it feels good to sit down and then you just play for like an hour or two.
Yeah.
I think back when I was playing like World of Warcraft. I
Yeah.
like to say World of Warcraft was my first job.
Yeah, it
Because
is. It is work.
I had to raid twice a week, and I was a healer, and there wasn't a lot of healers. So if I didn't show up, I had like grown men texting me like, "Bro, where you at?" I'm like, "Dude, I'm doing homework."
Yeah. Yeah,
But
totally. I
oh
never
man,
got
no
into World
regrets
of
though.
Warcraft because I didn't have a computer, so I was always just on console. But uh it's called Elder Scrolls, which is like a part of Skyrim, is like Elder Scrolls
I've always
Online.
wondered: is Elder Scrolls Skyrim?
Skyrim is a part of Elder Scrolls apparently. I'm not super into the lore, but my wife is huge in it. She's actually got like the plants like tattooed on her arm. Like she's pretty
That's
big into it.
awesome.
But she plays the Elder Scrolls Online, and then she recently got into Dungeons and Dragons, and then plays with some
Online.
people. Yeah, she plays with some people online for like every Friday for like 4 hours. That's pretty epic, but it's not. That's pretty cool. I like the creativity of stuff like that. I think that's a lot cooler than just vegging out and just being a zombie playing a game for hours.
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing RuneScape, so it's kind of like that. Like, I just like sit there for hours and cut a tree, get some logs, bank the logs, you know.
Yeah,
So, I mean, watch a movie or something. I can imagine it's pretty cold over by you right now.
it's not too bad. Uh,
No,
I don't think I got
it's
a
freezing
temperature.
over here in Florida, man. It's like 50 degrees. Can't even go outside.
Yeah, it's like I don't know, maybe 40 in the early morning. But
Sheesh.
when you see the other homies, and they're all snowed in and shit, it's
Yeah.
relatively warm out here. It's kind of raining off and on. Like it was kind of dumping yesterday.
Got
Um,
any mushrooms growing over there? Like wilds or any spots that are growing?
I take I got Alaskan Malamute and I take them for a walk. We got some cool little areas to go for a walk pretty close to the house, and there's nothing cool grown too close to here. Um, but back up in the hills, you can find some oysters and some lion's mane. I just haven't really gone like off trail to go looking for stuff like that. But every day I do. Like
Yeah.
today, I found like 3 or 4 different little ones. I've been trying to post on that iNaturalist to try to figure out what they are.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I've
that's
heard of that
always
app. I don't think I haven't downloaded it though.
it's fun.
Is it just kind of like a bunch of people posting mushroom identification
Oh, dude,
requests?
it's everything. I mean, there's like turkeys, bumblebees,
Really?
different mushrooms.
Turkeys.
You could search up stuff that
That's
you
pretty
want to look
cool.
for too.
All right, I definitely have to check that out, man.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Flipping
you could
it.
type
How
like,
about candy corn?
yeah. No, you won't find candy corn. Is that your favorite dessert?
Oh man, not even close. But I do like it. But I do like it. Gosh, my favorite dessert, man. All right, I don't even. My favorite pastry. My favorite pastry. Uh, I like the. Ooh, that's a hard one. I asked you a hard question. All
Yeah.
right. Well, I'm gonna go with. I like a chocolate croissant.
Mm.
Croissant.
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 And so I'd probably say that's number one. Chocolate
Yep.
croissants. But like French cruller donuts, they're like
Mm.
croissant donuts, or I don't even know what it is. They're so good. It's like a glazed donut that's like airy.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm more of a kind of more of like a cookie guy.
Oh, dude, cookies and milk's my favorite
Oh
favorite like
yeah.
dessert all time.
Yeah,
I'm
we have a like a grocery store right here called Safeway, and sometimes they got like the really big
plant-based milk.
cookies, and they they don't make them that good anymore, but they used to make them where they're a little soft, you know, and those were fire. Like
Dude, I had this
that's my
conversation.
that's my weak point right there. I really like dessert stuff like that. Like I don't like candy, like sweet, like sugary candies, but chocolate stuff, man, that's one of my problems. Like I got up to like 360 pounds, probably like before 2020. I was already there. I've been hitting the sweets a little hard again, but I'm down to like 260 now. Got really heavy into working out and walking.
Dude,
Uh,
that's great, man. You're killing it.
yeah, I was like super strict on my. I had this app called MyFitnessPal where I was like keeping track of everything I was eating. Like I'd weigh everything. It also tracked my steps and stuff like that. So I was trying to keep track of everything. But I don't know. Once I got down to like 260, and then I got COVID a couple of months back, and I couldn't eat anything. Dropped down to like 250. Uh, I didn't really care as much. I'm still not trying to like eat Burger King and all that on a regular basis,
Yeah.
but I have gotten it a
Sometimes
handful
you
of
gotta do
times.
it, though. You know.
Yeah,
You
actually, I
know.
don't think I've gotten it all this year. Not too far.
Dude, my back like the cookie thing. I was so my friend Aaron, my friend Aaron and Nick, from my local drop zone for skydiving.
Hmm.
We were talking about like how yeah, I think it was a post I posted, but it was people can cook medium rare steaks, but why can't we cook medium rare cookies?
Oh, dude, seriously,
And they
seriously.
made me a couple of medium rare cookies, dude, and it was chef's
Hell
kiss.
yeah.
It's so good. But I think that should be a thing. Medium rare cookies should absolutely be a thing.
Oh, dude, overbaked cookies should be a crime.
It is a crime.
Yeah,
I still eat
that's
them
how I
though.
chipped my tooth. Actually, no, I'm just kidding.
Ah, that's
Yeah, I've been playing guitar ever since I was a kid. I was
nice.
like super into Metallica. Like, I think I heard the Black album when I was like 5, and my parents are divorced ever since I was a little kid. So I had the tape at my mom's and the tape at my dad's, and that was all I listened to for like a year. And then I finally started buying the other tapes, and then kind of go back and from like 5 to 10, that's all I listened to was Metallica. And then when I was 10, I started taking guitar lessons uh, from this dude. But the dude was kind of weird though. He was honestly like always on the phone with his bookie, and so I was kind of teaching myself. And like his girlfriend was like a wannabe playboy chick. So I was like 10 years old, and this dude's got his
Sounds
like
like a
girlfriend's
solid
like tits up on
experience.
his computer. I'm like, what the hell? Long story short, but anyway, I ended up finding this other dude that ended up playing with Jefferson Starship. Um, and he told me to just bring in whatever I wanted to learn. And at that point, I started getting into Corn and Limp Bizkit, and I had a 7 string guitar, and so we were playing the. I brought the tablature book for Ride the Lightning, and so he taught me the rhythm, and then he had played the lead, and that was really cool. And did that for about a year, and then everything after that was just pretty much self-taught. Been in a few bands, but nothing successful.
Dude, that's cool though. Self-taught is. I'm self-taught. I think a lot of us are self-taught.
Yeah. Do you play anything?
Freaking man, I play a mean air guitar.
Nice,
I play a
nice.
mean
Bill and
air
Ted
guitar. I
style.
whip it out. I kind of or like a uke too. I do a uke.
Nice.
Uh, no, I played tenor saxophone in middle school.
Okay.
For a couple of years, but
Nice.
that's really and like the xylophones kind of in elementary school.
Hmm.
But for the most part, that's like the extent of my musical career as far as instruments are.
I kind of wish I would have got into band in school. I kind of wish I would have. I don't know. I had a bad experience with school, like ever since I was like little. So anything to do with school, I just hated it. They tried to throw me on
Needed to
like,
feel that. I was
they tried
really
to diagnose me like not even a doctor, but like the school was like, he's got ADD or ADHD. Let's pump him full of pills, and that did not work. And then, yeah, I don't think the way they teach in class is really like the way kids should be in a classroom.
yeah. I mean, I guess I don't know. Some people can learn other like certain types of ways. I wasn't really like a really like that good of a student just because it was something that didn't interest me.
Right.
And and if I really have no interest in something, then it's just super hard for me to
Same.
genuinely like learn it.
Right.
Uh,
If it's yeah, science was always
so
cool. Science, I always got like at least like a C or a B. That was the only thing I got a good grade in was science.
yeah, I mean, I kind of like I almost failed high school in like 10th grade, and
Hmm.
then they called me in, and my parents and they're like, listen, you had to start trying. And that's when I was
Yeah.
playing World of Warcraft. I was freaking playing. Let me tell you what, dude. I was like the definition of the South Park episode. Um,
Yeah.
uh, yeah, man. So then I ended up graduating. I didn't graduate with like I had like a 2 point something, 2.7.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah.
but I mean,
D's.
it was like C. I got like A B. Pretty much had to get like A B or like and with like maybe a couple of C's or like a single C for the rest of my high school to like graduate. So I was like, all right, not interested in this, but I'm
Yeah.
going to do this. Uh,
Yeah. No, I ended up going to continuation. And then once I was 18, they're like, all right, get the fuck out. And they actually invited me back for like another semester, and then that's when they kicked me out. Um, I was a little bit of a bad influence, but anyway, I ended up going to an adult school trying to get my trying to make up my credits, and that's where I met my wife. So it all works out, And then I ended up getting my
you know,
GED to try to get into the plumbers union because I used to do commercial and residential plumbing with my dad when I was, ever since I was a little kid, and so I had to get my GED for that, and that was a that was a pretty rough. I mean, I really liked the work, but not being an apprentice, and I actually quit smoking weed for like 2 years, and then decided to get stoned once uh, on a little vacation for one of our anniversaries,
oh no,
and they popped me with a drug test as soon as I got back and kicked me out of the program. But that's kind of what set me on this path. That's when I found mushrooms again, and kind of really changed my mindset. I found a lot of those Alan Watts videos. Found a video with Paul Stamets and Joe Rogan, the Hamilton Morris, Alan Rockefeller's
Hamilton
videos.
Morris is a wild man. That
Yeah,
man, you know,
yeah,
he went. he went through. He was trying like drugs left and right on these episodes.
Yeah.
Uh, he was really doing the research for the man.
Yep.
Uh, I hope he's not doing all of those drugs still though.
Hey, fuck around and find out.
I
Some
mean,
of those,
yeah, true that.
ones he's done though are kind of, I don't know. I
At
definitely
least
did some
consistently.
experimenting.
I mean, I feel like we all really have, but I mean,
Yeah.
I just was seeing like it was just kind of like he would like learn the whole process. That's cool. He's really been a big part of I'd say like the entheogen and
Yeah.
psilocybin culture, uh, and I mean
I really like
how
how he also brings the chemistry background into it too. So it's not just,
it's a
like,
whole scientific episode. It's really
yeah,
cool. I
it's
even
very
like I bought
informative.
like the Save the Toad book from him.
Oh
Save the
yeah.
Toads.
Yeah, that was a good episode.
Yeah, they did the whole 5-MeO DMT, like created the synthetic version, and then had the whole talk of like, is the synthetic version really that different from bufo that comes from a toad?
Yeah.
That was a really solid episode.
Yeah.
Uh, it went like I even when I bought the book, I got these like super cool gibbets for my Crocs. I haven't been able to find them ever since. They're
Oh,
like little mushrooms,
oh, nice.
but they like stick out almost like little Mario mushrooms.
Oh, that's sick.
Dude, they're freaking dope. My hippie Crocs.
Whenever I find weird croc videos, I always gotta send them to you.
Oh, dude,
You
I'm here
remember the
for it.
ones with the toes? Someone
No,
3D printed some toes. Man, that looks so weird.
I like the ones that are like cowboy boots.
Oh,
You
okay.
know, Architect 22, I think his username
Uh-uh.
is.
No.
He's like the Croc King, dude.
Nice.
He's like who I strive to be like when I grow up, as far as my Crocs are
Okay.
concerned. No, but he's also a really good guy.
Nice.
Puts in a lot of work in the herbal side as well as mycology.
Nice. Yeah, I finally got a pair of Crocs. I think sometime last year I got the weed camo, or like camouflage
Oh,
weed.
that sounds pretty cool,
Yep.
dude.
I hate wearing shoes and I hate wearing pants. So I'm usually just in basketball shorts like when I'm not at work, and like during the summertime when
Me
I'm at
too,
home,
dude.
I wear shoes. But
Yeah.
with all the drilling I do out here, there's a lot of fine little bits of metal shavings or plastic pieces or whatever, and I've gotten a few in my foot, and that's not fun.
Ooh.
So that's why I bought the Crocs.
Oh, man, it's like I wanted to be mad, but then I liked them. I was like, these are great. I totally
Yeah.
understand why everybody wears Crocs.
Yep.
The first ever, like my first pair. But now, I got Healy Crocs though. I ended up getting some custom Healy Crocs off of Etsy. And
Ooh, that sounds
they have
dangerous.
wheels. Dude, it's so fun. Throw it in a 4-wheel drive. I scoot around Publix like nobody's business.
you you got to put the little thing on the back, or you keep it up front.
Oh no, yeah, no, that's what put it in 4-wheel drive is. Like I put the thing in the back for sure. Yeah, 2-wheel drive is when it's in the front. 4-wheel drive strapped back.
Yep, and strapped up. You gotta have it strapped up for the wheels.
Yeah, Healy Crocs always 4-wheel drive.
Yep. I don't know. First thing that just popped in my head is just bombing hills with a fucking Healy Crocs. That just sounds so fucking like, nah, that
That's
sounds gnarly.
terrifying. Not a
Yeah,
chance. I bought
yeah,
like the little like ramp that goes or like the little decline that goes into the parking lot from Publix. I'm like
yeah.
go get up to like a solid 3 miles an hour before I freak out.
Is that how you broke your elbow
No,
a
dude,
year
that
or
was
two
on my
ago?
one wheel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was on my one wheel. I was riding to the gym and
Yeah.
listening to music. Totally blanked out. Hit a speed bump and just it
Oh
was
god.
like an aggressive speed bump too. Like, it was one of those ones that when you go over in your car, you gotta like go slow and it like boom, boom,
Oh yeah.
boom, boom.
Yeah.
So ripped into one of those, dude. By the time I realized I was into the speed bump, I was already off my board trying to, run it out.
Oh,
It
that's
was
gnarly.
it was in my freaking high school parking lot. I was riding through the parking
Oh,
lot of the old high school to get to the gym.
oh shit.
Busted my butt, dude. Whew, that was a rough one. I had to call my friend to come pick me up.
That's crazy. Yeah, I used to skate back in the day. Never really got too big into like, skate parks, but just like just hit like a little force there, just do some like 50/50s or board slides with a skateboard. Nothing too crazy, but
Yeah,
I at some point, I had a growth spurt between like, 10 and 14, and somewhere in between there
was lucky.
is when I started getting stoned. And I fucking bombed a hill once, and I got the speed wobbles, and
Whew, I
I can
know all
tumble,
about that.
dude. And like that was, I got like a dent in my head from my hat, like the hat made like a dent right here, and then back a little bit. And I was like, I don't think I'm gonna do that anymore. I was like,
Dude,
I'm
I
good.
used to longboard. I totally understand that, man. I was like
Yeah.
kind of sponsored at one point,
Oh,
and
that's sick.
did like a lot of like downhill longboarding. Was at an event bombing a hill, and some kid like just like made a hard right where everybody was bombing the hills. So it
Oh,
was like I had to like dodge him. When I dodged him, I de-weighted myself, got like a wobble. It was like
yep,
just did a full front flip, landed
yep,
on my feet, and the dude was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "No, dude, that hurt. That
yeah,
please don't do that again."
yeah, yeah. No,
I got whiplash from that fall. I had to go to the doctor.
yeah, shit's not too fun. I luckily never broke anything from skateboarding. Luckily that fall I didn't break anything other than, I don't know, I guess I was young enough where like I didn't crack my skull necessarily, but maybe lost quite a few brain cells. I don't know. But yeah, I was already kind of like a big kid. I was like about 6 foot, 200 pounds. So that fall was just like, no, I don't think I need to be on a skateboard. I think,
Damn,
if
dude.
you're tall, you got to be hella skinny. And, if you're short, I think you can get away with being have a little weight. But um, I don't think it's like me and gravity aren't the best of friends. I don't mind heights, but I don't
Dude,
like
I'm
things that
terrified of
are
heights.
sketchy. Yeah,
I am terrified of heights. Heights are
really, you go
scary.
skydiving? That's crazy.
Yeah, dude, I am terrified of heights. The height of skydiving is like completely different. When you're 13,000 feet, you're looking at the earth. You can't even make out the trees. It's
Yeah,
like on my roof. It's like what 20 feet or something like that, maybe.
yeah, yeah,
If I fall from 20 feet, that parachute's not gonna open, and I'm
yeah.
gonna hurt myself.
Oh yeah, dude. You could definitely. I think you could die falling from like a 10 foot ladder. I've heard horror stories in construction about stuff like that.
Gosh, so do you ever watch that show, A Thousand Ways to Die?
I have. Yeah,
That was a pretty crazy show. I feel like there's
yeah.
probably something like that on there. There were some pretty interesting episodes. I was like, what? How did that even
It's
happen? Some of that is like what's that movie? Final Destination shit.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, there was some ones that were just I don't know, a little over the top. Where I was like, I think this is just, I don't know if that's real. Like I remember one specifically. It was like an Asian couple, and they got married, and like had sex for the first time, and they both climaxed and it died. And I'm like, that's a great story, but I don't know if that's fucking real.
Because you never really know, dude. We
You
never
never
really
know.
know.
I mean, that would be the best of your life, I guess, because you ended your life. And I guess it's like being a praying mantis, but both people die.
Oh man, praying mantises are so beautiful. I really like those little
Oh,
bugs. I guess like the way
yeah.
the whole reproduction process of them is pretty crazy. But I mean, I remember just seeing them as a kid, and I was like, I thought it was like the rarest thing in the world. I was like, oh my
Oh,
god, a
yeah.
praying mantis. That
Yeah.
is so cool, man.
Yeah,
Um,
we used to get like the egg sacs and let them hatch in the yard, and there'd just be hundreds of them. Like it's wild, like all these tiny little baby little things.
by the way, everybody, you could reach Sean at his Instagram handle at Thermohelix. That's Thermohelix. Helix,
Yeah.
or thermohelix@gmail.com.
Yep. And I finally sold my soul and created a Facebook, so I'm on there as well.
All right. And they got the Thermohelix Facebook as well. I mean, hey, dude, Thermohelixes are very, very useful and essential. But Facebook can also be useful, man.
Yeah. Kind of learning
And
all.
and it's cool being in all the Facebook groups and all that stuff. There's a bunch of like identification groups. There's at
Yeah.
least like I'm currently in a bunch of identification groups of just of like the local area.
Yeah.
So it's cool to see other people picking things that I've seen, and I'm also learning what there could be around
Right.
my.
Yeah. Between that and the iNaturalist app has really kind of got me into just trying to get my eyes out there. We do have some the Slosby Essence and Elenii do grow out here in the Bay Area, and then there has actually been a couple Azarescents found in the Bay Area recently, which is pretty wild.
That's pretty cool. Is that not a normal thing?
From so what I remember years ago, like back in 2020, when I first started watching Paul Stamets, it was like specifically, you know, from a certain spot in like Washington down to a certain spot in Oregon, and like that was the only place in the world. But I don't know, it could be spreading from other people spreading spores, or
Yeah,
you know. But it's
yeah,
it's
that's
pretty
pretty
cool.
cool, man. Have you
Yeah,
ever gone and forged them yourself personally?
I always keep an eye out in wood chip beds, but
Yeah, essential.
yeah, more where I got to go look is all the parks in like Oakland. They've even been found in Richmond and kind of that area. Like I'm about 20 minutes, about 30 minutes from Oakland and about 40 minutes from San Francisco. So there's some cool stuff out there though, for sure.
Heck yeah, man. Freaking A. Gosh. Um, we've been talking for almost an hour now. Is there anything you'd like to mention to the folks, or any future plans as far as Thermohelix is concerned, or anything coming out?
Not so much. I just kind of, still just chilling, doing my thing. Gonna go to the expo. I won't really be
Super
vending,
excited to
but
meet you
hell
at
yeah,
the
dude. I was
expo.
so bummed when you and Bass hit me up last time, and I'm
But
like
this time's the
10
time, my
hours
G.
away. Yep.
No need to be bummed.
Hell
Gotta
yeah.
live in the present.
Yep. Exactly. That's what I try to do. I'm horrible with making plans, but it is nice to actually have this planned out and being able to go there.
Yeah, man. Super
Yep.
stoked. It's gonna
And
be fun.
hopefully, I don't know, hopefully within the next couple of years, hopefully I can like legitimize a little better, get my own website going, get an
All
LLC.
in due time.
Yeah, kind of like the dream is to also get my own circuit board made so I could actually like truly patent something. Maybe not though, because that costs a lot of money. All that stuff costs a lot of money, which I just don't really like to do. But
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
just like you know, if I can keep doing this, I'm happy with that. Even if I couldn't do it, if I had to quit right now, I'm happy with the stuff I've done so far. It's been an amazing pleasure being able to create, collaborate with people, send stuff all over the world. I
And we
never,
appreciate you, but we appreciate everything
yeah,
you do, man.
I appreciate everyone in this community. It's been a
But
wild ride.
yeah, dude, it's been a wild ride, and the ride's gonna continue. So
Hell yeah,
stay saddled up because
hell
we
yeah.
ain't
Right,
fucking
grapes on
leaving. But yeah, man, I'd say it's we could wrap this episode up, but
Sounds
um,
good.
it's getting
Thanks
a
for having
little
me.
late over by me, and I really enjoyed talking to you. I'm super excited to air this episode.
For sure. Thank you. Thanks for having me, man.
But thanks, Sean. You have a nice night, bud, and
You too.
talk to you soon. Get you
All
on
right.
another episode in the future.
All right. Have a good night.
All right, peace.
Later.